melted snow, and it looks like we'll get more of that this weekend. Andy, this will be the time to get outside.
It really will. It's going to be a quintessential Colorado weekend here, especially in the middle of March. Temperatures are going to be soaring into the 60s as we head into this weekend. Right now, we're sitting a little chilly. It's 33 degrees, but we have clear skies. There's no rain. There's no snow around like there was yesterday. And that is something that is going to continue. If there's any snow left on the ground, it's going to be melted, especially by the time we get towards tomorrow night and especially by the end of the weekend. Hey, something I'm really excited about, March 8th. So coming up here in just a couple of days, it's going to be our last 5 p.m. sunset, and then we're going to start to see a lot more daylight movement, especially after we spring ahead on March 14th. Then we have 7 o'clock sunsets. It's sticking with us all the way through the summer. So it's really, we only have a little bit more time left to go before we get some long daylight hours here. Spring begins March 20th, Saturday at 5:57 in the morning. So as soon as you wake up that weekend, it is going to be springtime. Can't wait for that, although it is going to be feeling very spring-like outside this weekend. Look at this, Colorado Springs, 64 degrees on Saturday, a little bit cooler Saturday night, and again, another very warm day on Sunday. The only thing we're going to be watching for is a little bit of breeziness on our Saturday, but that's pretty much the only type of weather that we're talking about. Warm and sunny down in Pueblo as well, 66, cooler overnight on Saturday. Sunday, we could be pushing that 70-degree mark. Now, I mentioned it was going to be a little breezy. We're also going to have some very dry air overhead, and that combination creates some fire weather concerns for us. So across the eastern plains, all the way from northeastern Colorado down toward around Burlington, we have some red flag warnings and fire weather watches in place for areas around the Hunt, Lamar, and Springfield. We also could see some alerts be put up for fire weather conditions this weekend. So just keep that in mind if you are planning on doing any burning outside. It is going to be breezy, and those fires, if they do spark, could spread pretty quickly. Now, we do have drought still across much of the area, but the latest drought monitor map that came out on Thursday, just yesterday, actually brought a little bit of an increase in drought conditions, or I guess a decrease in drought conditions to the Denver area. But for the most part, you know, we still are a good chunk of the state under severe drought. So that moisture is something that we really need a little bit more of. Now, this Climate Prediction Center puts out some outlooks here of what the atmosphere is going to look like precipitation-wise. This is for March 11th through 15th. Notice we're all in the green here across Colorado. That means that we're going to see a slight uptick in our precipitation through that time period. Once you head a little bit further out in time, they also do 1, 2, 3 month forecasts. So as we look through meteorological spring, it's tending to be a little bit drier here across the southwestern areas of the country. So the moisture that we're going to see here in the next couple of weeks, hopefully that we see here in the next couple of weeks, will be very beneficial to us. Right now, high pressure is in control. We have some very dry air over the Four Corners region. That's clearing us out tonight and keeping us very cool. We're waking up tomorrow morning at 34, going all the way up to the lower 60s as we get into the afternoon hours. And then, yeah, we have that high pressure that's going to stay in place. And then we may be watching our very next storm system move in. That's not going to be moving in until midweek. So we're talking about Wednesday time frame. You can see that on our Woodland Park 7-day forecast. Beautiful conditions until we get to next Wednesday. That's when we have a little bit more of that cloud cover and that unsettled chance for a little bit of rain and snow moving into the area. Same story for Canon City, and the same story here for Pueblo as well.
All right, Andy, thank you so much. Well, a fan